everyone, thank you so much for tuning into Sophie Curates. For those of you who haven't followed me yet, I try to upload a different luxe item I curate, as well as travel photos, travel tips, and I try to take these babies out on trips on my Instagram. So please follow me as Sophie Curates on my Instagram. And as well, if you haven't subscribed, subscribe to Sophie Curates on my YouTube. Can't wait to show you guys what I got, and I also have this special giveaway surprise at the end, so stay tuned. It's finally back in a box. So for those of you who may have shopped at Chanel or bought from other individuals or resellers, this beautiful magnetic box was out from before Christmas for the last 3 months, and it's finally coming back in, so that's really exciting because these packaging actually cost a lot of money. If you have to buy this on eBay, usually it's sold for $100 to $200. So yeah, I used to throw away these boxes because I thought it took up storage space, and my first Chanel I bought overseas, so I didn't want to custom to check it, so I also threw it away. But now I know that these are pretty important to keep, especially if you want to keep your bag safely or if you want to ever sell it in the future. So it's pretty important. So, can you guess what I got? This is from the 21 Spring and Summer collection. And it's so hard to get a hand on any super hard to get bag these days. A lot of people say it's because resellers gauging all the supplies, and I'm not sure if that's really true, but you have to put your name basically on a reserve before you see the bag, or before, like, a lot of people even know that this bag is available by looking at social media and whatnot to figure out what's the next season's bag, and have your name put on a reserve or wait list at a Chanel boutique or department store. Some countries don't have this and you have to wait in line when it's launched, but some country like the US, in some stores, they will allow you to reserve or wait list. But again, if this list gets too long, then you won't have the opportunity to do that. So I reserved this bag a couple months ago when I knew that it was coming out, maybe last winter, I forgot when. And I got the only one out of 2 that was available in the store. So let me show you. Another thing I wanted to mention is a lot of the times, yeah, maybe there are resellers who get these from the stores and then sell it for significant premium, basically whatever market price is, which is determined really by supply and demand. But a lot of times consignor or resellers don't have access to these bags themselves because, again, there's a limit to how many people can buy. In the US, I think you can only buy 12 bags a year or 2 bags per month. But again, the rule is not fully implemented, but I just heard that they are getting pretty stricter. So like, people really can buy all these. A lot of times it's bags that other clients bought and they want to consign. I think what happens a lot of the times, like I said, this bag, any hard to get bag that's gonna be really popular, and you know just from experience, if you have bought a lot of Chanels and just watched what's gonna be popular, that you won't even see it in store, basically. Like, if I walked into the store and asked for this bag, it's gone, it's not available, it never hit the floor. It goes to people who were first or second in line on the reserve or wait list. I don't even blame the buyer because they had to reserve the bag, or otherwise they wouldn't be able to see and get their hands on it. And they think they like it, but maybe they looked at it, saw it, and decided that it's not a bag for them. And then instead of returning, they decide to sell most of the time because the sales associate basically don't really like your returning stuff. If you return too much, like, they will not sell you another good bag anymore in the future. So they end up selling to a consignor or reseller who will then mark up that price by a little to charge for the fee, for the time to sell to different sellers, for the risk they assume, for the shipping. All these fees gets added up. So yeah, And then when another individual seller, like 2 weeks or a month later, see that the market price of reseller is selling a bag 10% higher than they bought it at, then they wanted to sell that bag at that price too. And then if there is no supply in the market, then reseller would buy it at the price they were selling it and then add another 5-10%, which basically drives up the prices in my opinion. For example, I sold the 21p Caramel Mini for one of my friends, and that I sold for relatively cheap. Now I see in the market for over $6,000. So that's enough of my thoughts regarding the resale prices of these bags, and how this whole thing works. So if you really want to get your hands on these bags, I would say try to stay like on top of social media. Apparently the Red Book would publish these things a little bit ahead, even before the stores would know what's coming in. I just see on Instagram and things what's popular, and stay plugged in. And if there's something you like 1 or 2 seasons ahead, then please place your reserve or wait list. And if you don't have a regular sales associate you work for who will do that for you, then, and you don't want to pay the reseller for the price, then I would suggest you to call up like 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 100 stores to try to see if they can put you on the reserve. And I've definitely heard great news about it, and I'm one of them who basically tried to do the exact same thing. So I can't wait to reveal it with you. Here you go. It's super gorgeous. So for those of you who can't see, this is very, very small grain, and it's a little bit shiny, but still beautiful and doesn't feel too plasticky. So I actually quite like it. So usually Chanel Mini can only be carried on the shoulder, very long, or crossbody, which is also too long for me, who is 5'4". But this one, the chain apparently is slightly shorter, fits like a square mini, so it should work really well on me. But in addition, it has this top handle, so it makes it really cute, and you can just carry it like this. I quite like it. On the photo, I thought it was a little bit weird. I wish it didn't have the handle, especially because the handle doesn't detach, but it's actually really beautiful. But again, this is a case in point where I had to reserve a month in advance, and if I didn't, I wouldn't have gotten the bag because it has never hit the floor. So there's 2 options. If you really want the bag but you weren't able to get your name on the reserve or wait list, you can either keep waiting and see if it will pop up in your local store, or if your SA will call you. The shipment is delayed, so it might come. Or you pay a premium to buy off another individual who might be selling their bag because they don't want to return it, because they don't want to jeopardize their SA relationship, or because after seeing it, they really didn't like it, it wasn't for them. But these individuals, because they're also scared of dealing with other individual buyers, which is prone to scams, there's also risk related to shipping, and there's just lots of risk and hassle to sell to another individual. Sometimes or often they would sell to a consignor or a reseller who's willing to buy at the price at least that they paid. And then for all the effort and the risk that they take, they would add a premium, usually I would say 5 to 10%, depending on who is selling. So that would increase the price, but you can get it that way too. And then finally, if that doesn't work and you refuse to do that, you can also try to call up all the Chanel stores as well, all the boutique in the country, to see if you can source it, or find friends overseas who might have access to it, because it gets launched at different times in different countries, and different countries have different preference. So they also, sometimes it's easier to source in one country than the other. Apparently the size of this rectangular mini is also a little bit bigger than a traditional rectangular mini. I'm not sure if I said earlier, The Caviar Mini, rectangular Caviar Mini or square Caviar Mini was discontinued by Chanel in 2018. So we haven't seen it until this collection, 21 summer and spring and summer collection. But they didn't bring it back in the classic shape without the top handle, and they only brought it back in the top handle. And the Caviar also feels quite different. It's more smaller grain, and I would say the Caviar feels a little bit softer, but still really beautiful. And apparently the size, so this is an old mini I have from 14C, so that's from 2014 cruise collection, which probably was sold in 2013 November, December. But as you can see, it's the measurement of this top handle mini is actually slightly bigger. I think it's slightly wide, slightly thicker here, but it's also, so it's like this. Otherwise, it looks pretty comparable. And I wanted to try out the chain length. So another difference I wanted to mention between the old mini Caviar and this one was that with the top handle is the chain difference, the thickness and chain. You can see that the regular rectangular mini is much thicker than this new one with top handle. Can't really tell you which one is better or worse. I think it's style and personal preference. Okay, so I just checked the length of the regular rectangular mini as well as the top handle rectangular mini, and it looks the same length to me. Can you see? The drop is actually, the chain drop is 21.5 inches. And compared to the square mini that I have, this is a vintage series C square mini with edge stitching. You can see that the square is much shorter. So there you go. And let me style these crossbody for you. This is how it looks. And this is how my rectangular mini looks. And compared to my square mini, it looks like this. So this sits maybe at or just below my hip bone, and this one is right on top of my hip bone. How do you guys like the new 21 spring and summer collections top handle Chanel Caviar Mini? Thank you for watching until the end. This is a special gift I have prepared for you guys because it's been, hi everyone. Okay, thank you so much for watching until the end. And here is the special gift I've prepared for you guys. This is to celebrate me getting 5,000 followers on Instagram, which I think it's a mini milestone, but really I just wanted to thank all the followers who's been following me and supporting me from the beginning of this journey when I started my Instagram, just to document my growing collection as well as to archive pretty photos or pretty things, because otherwise we get lost in my phone's thousands of photos. So that's how it started. And I'm super grateful for all the new as well as old followers who's messaged me, who we've connected, and I've made so many more friends who share the similar passions, who share knowledge, and it's been incredibly supportive community. So I just wanted to share something that I got. This is something I ordered almost 6 months ago from my sales associate, and he just delivered it. So this is the sushi plate in mosaic or 24 in gold. It's really pretty. I think a lot of people, you can put sushi on it, of course, but a lot of people use it as a jewelry tray, or just for styling stuff to take pretty photos. I'm giving it away because I couldn't wait for 6 months. I ended up getting 2 for my friend. So this is one option. Or if you're not much of a plate person, you can also choose from getting either this cadena, which is for large size for the scarf ring, or this mini one for your twillies, and then tie on the bag, which is really cute. Or this one in the silver color. So this is in the palladium color, which is silver, and this one is in the permabras, which looks more gold. And I also have a heart-shaped mini core twilly ring. Some people make this into a necklace, which is also really cute, or you can tie it on your bag or for your twillies. This one is extremely hard to get and sold out in store as well. And then lastly, you can also choose to get this one, which is a Kelly twilly ring, mini Kelly twilly ring, which is super cute, and I have one as well. This one is also extremely hard to get, and I'm really happy that I was able to get it. So hopefully there's something you like from here that you can choose from. In terms of instructions, please go to my Instagram page, Sophie Curates, and see the latest post regarding how to enter. Basically, follow me on Sophie Curates, like the post. Also follow me on Sophie Curates _closet, and like the post there, and do the exact same thing on both pages. Sophie Curates Closet is where I sometimes list the bag I decide to let go of those of my friends that I put under for consignment, or I'm just listing for them. Third, if you can also leave a comment there on which item you're looking to get if you win the giveaway, and then tag 3 friends of yours in the same comment. Thank you so much.